G'day everyone, welcome to Daz Talks Footy. A couple of housekeeping things before we get into the video. The first thing is that if you're new here, why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button. You'll be joining the best, the greatest, and the most fantastic footy family on YouTube. Takes like a second, just go find the subscribe button, click that. Amazing, done. Then you're part of the family. If you like the video, click the like button as well. Helps more people see it. The last few videos have gone really, really well, and a big factor of that is when you guys click the like button, it ends up on more people's YouTube timeline and in their recommends, and they end up watching the video. So I am uber grateful for that. So that's part one of the intro pretty much done. Part two is a massive thank you for the new milestone. 800 subscribers is a number that just seems really impossible to me. I know that every time I do a video, it's always, I want new people in, and that is still the case. Believe me, I haven't forgotten about the fact that there are already 800 people that have subscribed and joined the Daz Talks Footy family, and I am grateful for every single one of you, no matter what number you were or are in that line. It's a massive thank you, and I hope that you can stick around and keep enjoying the content. That's fantastic. As great as, 900 to 1,000 the next milestones are, I am deeply appreciative of the ones that have already come. Part three of this intro is, you might notice that if you've watched a few of my videos, that I'm actually holding my microphone. And the reason I'm doing that is because after cleaning my desk after an incredibly long working week, yes, I work from home, I accidentally knocked off my mic stand and broke the base of it. So my mic can't actually sit on anything at the moment, so it's going to have to sit in my hand. The fact that it's a dynamic mic, the mic sock is in there, the audio quality should still be pretty decent, and I'm hoping that that's the case and you guys can stick around, watch and enjoy. But by the time I've recorded this video, uploaded it, and then start the next one, I should be getting the new mic stand. So it's going to be a one video thing. Hopefully it all works out. I apologize if it doesn't. There's not a lot I can do about it for this particular video. And then part four of the intro, I promise we'll get there, is the pies. In editing the last few videos, the entire operation from filming, editing and all that is me. I noticed that every time Collingwood come up, I kind of give 2 or 3 sentences. I start to get to the point of what I feel about the pies, and then I've got to kind of move on to the next thing, trying to cram in as much content into one video. And now that I'm sitting here, Darcy Moore's been announced as the new captain. It's going to be a big year for the pies. I thought, all right, let's sit back, talk about the good, what I'm worried about, and whether the pies are contenders or pretenders in 2023. And I hope you enjoy, whether you barrack for the pies or not. And you'll have to let me know in the comment section what you think. All right, after all that, let's have a chat. So let's start with the good. And there is a lot of good here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not coming from this from a cynical point of view at all. But there are so many times you see pretty decent teams, okay, that make finals, maybe don't make the granny or maybe lose in the granny and think, but we're there. We're there. We're so close to being there. What can we do? And then they do nothing because they think the natural improvement is going to take them forward, and they end up taking steps back. All right, there are plenty of teams as examples, guys, and I'm already probably annoying one fan base with this video. I'm not going to annoy more by providing examples, but the Pies didn't do that. They realised the clearances needed work, went and got Tom Mitchell. Okay, they're needing a high half forward, okay, considering they've got Elliott, Ginnivan, McCreary and these guys in the forward half. Will Hoskin-Elliott's probably not that guy, so they went and got Bobby Hill. Okay, they probably need a lockdown defender while they grow Nathan Murphy, okay, and they probably want Darcy Moore to be what they think is a better version of James Sicily, potentially. All right, so they went and got Billy Frampton. Again, for better or worse, they're still attempting things. All right, I think clubs need to go down this road of they would much rather try new things and fail than continue the same path and watch it slowly crumble. The next great thing on their side is the coach. Craig McRae is an elite footy brain. We knew about it before he got the Collingwood job, and then seeing how Collingwood played situational football last year just proved that this guy knows what he's talking about. How many assistant coaches are like him out there in the league? Hard to say, but Collingwood definitely made the right choice. They just did. For their group, he's done a fantastic job. The reinvigoration of Jack Crisp, who followed the Rory Laird style of nuggety halfback flanker / back pocket. I'd probably associate Laird as a back pocket and Crisp as a halfback flanker, turning them into really, really good midfielders. Huge tick. All right, so massive across the board there. But Collingwood's midfield win rate numbers last year were appalling, and they were still a point off a grand final. And they were only 2 kicks away from taking Geelong to somewhat of a challenge, considering that Brisbane and Sydney didn't even come close to doing that. So the Pies are in pretty good shape when you look at last year, the transition into here, and I do like their list for the most part. But the cynical part of me kicks in when you talk about the ruck. Darcy Cameron's limped off the track a few times, and there was a report only a day or two ago that he is fine, which is good to hear, great news. But they don't really have another backup option there that makes you feel good, considering a lot of the top teams do have a couple of options that are a 6 out of 10 or better. Okay, I'm not purporting everyone needs to go down the Gordon Grundy path at all, and that would be silly for every club to try and do that. But the Pies are going to need someone to help out Darcy Cameron, especially in finals. It's as simple as that. Tom Hickey got dominated in the grand final by a guy who's not a ruckman in Tom Hawkins. So they are going to need to address that spot. Dan McStay played the best game of his life for Brisbane when Oscar McInerney went down. Could he be the option? But I'm sorry, I'm still cynical about the Dan McStay hire acquisition, whatever you want to call it. But the guy's not kicked 40 goals in a year. He's played 1 good game as a ruckman. That is a lot of money. A lot of money that they're paying him. It certainly is. For all that I love about the Pies, those are the 2 main gripes. I really do like their back 6. You know, Isaac Quaynor isn't the finished product yet, okay? Does John Noble even make their best 22? And of course, you got the master and the apprentice in Scott Pendlebury and Nick Dacos, both who have trained in the midfield at times over the summer period. Things are looking pretty good. Jordan De Goey is going to come under a lot of scrutiny this year. In my opinion, he needs to be the 3rd midfielder. I think the best midfield combination for the Pies is Mitchell, Crisp, De Goey. Mitchell feeding Crisp and De Goey and helping with those clearance numbers is going to make them uber more effective inside 50. And considering, and I mean this with all due respect, Crisp and De Goey aren't your lethal ball users. Guys like Elliott, Ginnivan, McCreary, Bobby Hill, these guys forward of the ball are going to become more and more dangerous. So, yes, I am worried about Dan McStay, but if they're getting good feed from their midfielders, which they weren't getting last year, all he's got to do is bring the ball to ground. So, is there a pass mark for Dan McStay this season in terms of goals? Potentially not. I am kind of on the fence here, but I'm still worried. I want to see it in action, is basically what I'm saying here. Now, I don't really believe in fixture breakdowns because we do get changes from year to year in terms of ladder positions and all those sorts of things. So I honestly couldn't tell you who the Pies are playing at all in the start of the year, what their record is going to be, yada, yada, yada. But I do know this. As great as they were last year situationally, 12 wins by under 12 points is extraordinary. That can't be the expectation going into this year. So can we expect that all of those games they had last year are going to repeat themselves? Of course not. So what is a steady way of saying, okay, how can the Pies improve on this? 8-4? Well, they nearly missed the 8. They lose 4 games. They nearly slip out. All right. Yes, they've got the extra game, 23 this year, as of course it is for all teams. But for me, the question marks over the Pies do exist in a world where the massive ticks do. We haven't really had the massive injuries concerns. You know, we haven't seen a game plan fall apart. We haven't seen what it might be. But as we sit here at the start of February, they've got ticks, they've got question marks. I can't see any real crosses at all. They'll have guys that are pushing for spots. I don't think they're the kind of team circa Geelong that can rest guys throughout the year and keep going. But my feeling of optimism around the Pies, I think, is real. Now, is it as real as other teams and that makes them a contender? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think there are maybe 5 or 6 teams that I would probably, put that fake dollar on, if you will, to win the flag before the Pies. But if someone magically could tell me the Pies are going to win the flag, it's guaranteed, would I be shocked? Probably not. So the annoying thing about it is the Pies are probably contenders and pretenders, and there's a very real chance that they're neither. They're kind of in the middle, which is why talking about them for me is so fun. But as of right now, am I betting on them to win the flag? No, I'm not. Sorry, Pies fans. but I'm just not. So hopefully that clears that up. More of a conversational video, this one, guys, which I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a like, comment below, let me know what you think. Let me know who you think teams that are better than the Pies, worse than the Pies, all these good things. Hopefully I've got the mic stand all fixed for the next video, which is going to be an absolute cracker. Can't wait for that. If you enjoyed this style of video, thank you very much. If you didn't, well, the next one, trust me, is not going to be in this style. So it's okay. You get a bit of everything on Daz Talks Footy. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. Stay safe. And until next time, goodbye.